I mean, did they ever offer you? The WCW was such a competitor to the WWF at the time, and I know, when the NWA turned to WCW with guys like Ric Flair, at that particular time, did they ever approach you and say, "Would you like to wrestle for us whilst you're in the WWF?"
A lot of people did. When I was in the Carolinas, and that's where I came, and I was wrestling up in, the Carolinas at the time. And from there, I was closer to New York, and they had their guys come and wrestle where we had, and, they'll go back and tell the promoters, and, they turn around and say, brother, you're going to have to check this guy out. This guy's totally different. He has his own gimmick. He's from the islands. He wrestled barefoot, and he said, this guy can fly. You haven't seen anything like it. And brother, and I loved it because everything that I did, I always wanted to, do the right thing that, to show people the talent and how you do things. And, it's a communication to have the fans come to the building and, have fun and get your frustrations out and go home happy, brother.
What are some of the major different? Because I know you wrestle sort of part-time now, you do appearances every now and again. What are some of the major differences between wrestling back in the 80s to early 90s and wrestling now? Do you think wrestling's changed for the better or for the worse?
To me, it's entertainment now, But it doesn't mean that the wrestling, everybody call it fake and everything else. That's fine with me. But the whole truth about it is that you got to get inside that ring and find out if it's really fake or not.
One of the best feuds you're well known for was with Rowdy Roddy Piper, which began in the famous talk segment Piper's Pit. Now, how did the idea for you feuding with Piper come about?
Well, the old man Vince McMahon Sr., he wanted, to wrestle with Piper and everything else. And, I had to come out with some kind of, good spirit about this whole thing, and that's how the coconut, became, and the bananas and the pineapples and everything, and calling me a monkey, because that's just the way I was. I was like a monkey flying all over the ring, But that really worked out, brother. And by him hitting me with that coconut, I think the whole world would crack right along with me, brother.
Are there any younger guys today that you enjoy watching wrestling?
Oh, yeah. I love watching them all, and I like when they do things that imitate me, the things I do. I love it. And when they come and ask me, they say, do you mind that we do the Superfly and everything? I said, whatever makes you, brother, makes you happy, do it,
Is there anyone that stands out to you as someone that might make it into the big time?
They all got potential, brother. It's up to you, Either you take care number one and be serious and be sincere about it. If you love what you do, then they're going to make it. You can't go and just play a game and don't know what it's all about. You have to know.
Okay, now you worked in the WWF for Vince McMahon Sr. and you also worked with his son, Vince McMahon Jr. when you debuted in the WWF. What are the major differences between working with his father and working with his son?
It's fantastic, brother. They are strictly business people. I love them so very much, for giving me the opportunity to work in their company and everything. And, I still go to it every now and then, and wrestle. And, they always want to bring me back, and I love it. And they were fantastic, brother. The Vince McMahon family was a great honor for me to work with them. And, we still get along fine with each other. We are family, and business is business, and, we just got to do the right thing to make sure that everything works out the right way,
What about his father?
Brother, his father, when he speaks, it's in the bank, brother. That's how honest and sincere that man was, and there is no other promoter that's, that is like this man. I mean, every promoter is different, but Vince McMahon Sr., he was the greatest promoter that I ever worked for, and his son too.
You also went to work to Japan for All Japan Pro Wrestling. What are the big benefits of going over to Japan to wrestle?
Well, brother, I loved it. Japan was a totally different experience again because, over there in Japan is everything is real tight, just like, we can't communicate with them. You're just going to have to, use your own common sense to wrestle these guys, and, but it's a good experience. It was good for me. It was good for them. And I love going to Japan. It's, they treat you like kings over there, and I mean, I loved it, brother. And, wrestling to me is my greatest pride and joy.
I know you also worked with the AWA for Vern Gagne. What was Vern like to work for?
Oh, I love it, brother. I love all these promoters,
Was there any particularly that you didn't get on with?
Oh, no, brother. I got along with everybody, brother. Wherever I go, I love them all, And like I said, brother, I appreciate wherever I go, and I appreciate them. And, I just got to do my job and, take care of my responsibility, brother.
Now, you're also known for one of the great feuds with Captain Lou Albano, and unfortunately, Captain Lou Albano died just a few weeks ago. What are your memories of working with him?
You know what, brother? He was a great manager. I loved the man. I know his whole family, and me and my wife did go to the funeral and everything, and I always see him before he even passed away and everything, and one of the greatest men that I ever got experience from, and such a blessing to have him as a manager and, to work with him and, learn so much from him, which gave me a great honor, and loving the guy. He was like a father or brother to me, and I loved it so very much, brother, because it was so easy, so very understanding, and the communication was the greatest I ever loved.
Was it tough? Because I know you got paired up in matches. If you look on YouTube, there are loads of clips of your matches with Captain Lou Albano, and you eventually ended up feuding with him. I don't know if he's really if he was a really regular wrestler or anything like that. Was it hard to wrestle him?
Oh, he would get in the ring and wrestle every time, but that was the whole set up for me to wrestle against him, because the whole thing was that people were telling him that, you don't pay the man right, you're cheating him, you're taking all his money, but it was a great fun. I really enjoyed, wrestling with that man, and, like I said, the old school with the great, his knowledge that he had for our wrestling business, it was a great pleasure working with him, brother.
Now, I know that the WWE has been releasing DVD box sets of documentaries about wrestlers, Hulk Hogan, Roddy Piper, and superstar Billy Graham, amongst others. Have you ever been approached to do something like a DVD set, and would you like to?
Yeah, I've been, doing some, and, I love it. Like I said, I love all these things that's happening, because in my whole career, in my life, I didn't know that this kind of stuff was going to happen. And I was just so happy about everything, the way it went and how it's going now. And the DVDs, brother,